Hello, everyone, and thank you all for joining us during the Lytham Partners Spring 2022 Investor Conference. My name is Ben Shamsian, President of Lytham Partners. Our next presentation comes from Nextech AR Solutions, ticker symbol NTAR on the Canadian Stock Exchange and NEXCF on the OTC. Presenting from the company is Evan Gappelberg, CEO and founder. A copy of the slide presentation is available on your webcast screen. Today, I've asked the company to briefly run through the slide presentation, and we'll then engage in a fireside-like Q&A session. As a reminder, the company will be available for one-on-one virtual meetings. If you've not already signed up, please send me an email at shamsian@lythampartners.com. That's SHAMSIAN at lythampartners.com, or visit lythampartners.com/virtual and click the one-on-one meeting request button. With that said, now let me turn the presentation over to Evan Gappelberg, CEO and founder of Nextech Solutions. Evan, please proceed.
Thank you, Ben. I'm just going to pull up my my deck. Can you see my deck?
Yes, we can. Okay,
super. So we'll get started. This is just a little disclaimer. These are some of our partners and some of our customers. I founded the company back in January of 2018. We've been publicly traded essentially since Q4 of 2018. And as Ben mentioned, the stock trades on the OTC and on the Canadian exchange. If you look at our partners, we're partnered with Microsoft, Ericsson, Singtel, and Google, and we have integrations currently with Stripe, Shopify, and Shopline. We have a growing list of e-com customers, some of the marquee names, Kohl's, where they're exclusive supplier of 3D models and augmented reality for e-commerce. Same with Kmart Australia, Sears, Pier 1, Lighting Plus, and we're working with a lot of other mid-size e-commerce retailers as well. Our mission is to build the first vertically integrated AI-powered 3D model factory for the Metaverse, which is no small mission, but we are ambitious. And this is, for us, the most exciting thing that we can do. What is a 3D model? 3D modeling essentially is a hologram of a product, essentially a digital twin. And so we use computer graphics and AI to create a three-dimensional representation of essentially any product, which includes a human being or a product that you might buy online, like a watch or a computer, or you see the beach chair. Our secret sauce is AI. AI powers our 3D model factory and allows us to take 2D product images that you'll find online today and convert those in a frictionless, seamless environment into 3D models. So we take a 2D picture and turn it into 3D using AI. The AI is able to read those 2D images and essentially extrapolate what a 3D model will look like and create that 3D model. It's breakthrough technology, and it's super exciting for us to be able to mass produce 3D models at scale. If you look at our advantage in the marketplace, we really have two distinct advantages over our competitors. One, as just mentioned, the 2D to 3D conversion for e-commerce sites, but the other one is equally as potent. It's our ability to take a CAD file, which is basically the file format that all manufacturers use to manufacture product in China and throughout the world. And we can convert that CAD file, which is very heavy. You need special software really to view the CAD in, called AutoCAD. We're able to take that very complex, very heavy piece of file and convert it into a 3D model. So we could take a 2D photo to 3D or a CAD file to 3D. And that's basically the entire spectrum of 3D modeling, meaning It's either through e-com sites or it's through the manufacturing. Either way, we have the ability to create 3D models at scale. And it gives us a huge competitive advantage in the marketplace. Ultimately, nobody can compete with us on price, nobody can compete with us on quality, and nobody could compete with us on scalability for both retail and manufacturing. It doesn't stop there, though. We understand that a 3D model really is just a base unit. We then take that base unit and offer product hotspots, so those little dots that you see on product images today, we could do that in 3D, which then give you an explanation about certain features of that product. We could do product animations, 360-degree exploded views. We could configure the 3D model with just the click of a button. You could change the color of the 3D model just like you do today with 2D. We also have advertising. You could take that same 3D model and run a social media ad on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, or any platform. We have virtual staging and a room decorator platform where you could basically take a picture of your house, your living room, your dining room, your bedroom, and drag and drop in 3D models into your home environment, seeing multiple 3D assets, creating a decorator-like experience where you could become your own home decorator. Here's a video that kind of shows you the process of what we do with 2D models. This is really for the e-commerce space and how we convert them to 3D for Shopify websites. So you can scan that QR code on screen and then essentially have that Ford Mach-E Mustang in the room with you. That's a 3D model. I'm going to go back to our deck here. So as you go and you look at the e-com industry, you find that there's a major problem with returns. Global product returns equal $1.47 trillion. That's how much merchandise is returned from e-commerce. In the United States alone, it's 170 billion. And if you think about the ability to try before you buy, to see a 3D asset before you buy it, it lowers returns by as much as 40%, saving $40+ billion in the US alone. One of the major challenges for 3D modeling is that it required technical talent. You had inconsistent quality. The costs were high. It wasn't scalable. We've solved all of that with our AI, and it really opens up the floodgates to create, there's an anticipated 400 million 3D models throughout WooCommerce, Shopify, Magento, and BigCommerce that need to be created globally. And so there's an enormous market that we're building 3D models for. E-commerce is really that perfect fit. We're seeing a 94% higher conversion rate when you have 3D models on your site. 61% of consumers prefer retailers with augmented reality. And as mentioned, you see a 40% reduction in product returns with 3D models. Big tech is driving the adoption. Google is now ranking 3D models higher in organic search. So if you have a 3D model, you show up higher in search. If you don't have a 3D model, you show up lower in search. As an e-com site, you're going to get a 3D model. Shopify has declared with 3D models, your Shopify store will rank higher in Google search. And Shopify has also come out and publicly said that the future of e-commerce is 3D. These are some of the competitors in the market. Again, we are on our own when it comes to price and scale. Nobody can compete with us. If you look at Shopify, again, that's a big part of our business and our growth right now. They say the future of e-commerce is 3D. We agree with them. We've integrated with Shopify, which represents about 56% of the market. That means if you have a Shopify, if you're a Shopify merchant, you, with one click, can activate Nextech's 3D model making, and you essentially pay Shopify and Shopify pays us. So you stay within the Shopify ecosystem. It's frictionless, it's seamless, it's essentially one-click integration. It really does make this a no-brainer if you're a Shopify merchant. Previously, the integration was quite complex and time-consuming, but currently, as of today, it's literally one click. Try it for yourself. I encourage you to take out your smartphone right now as I'm speaking. Scan the QR code. My favorite is the Beeple's $69 million NFT that was auctioned off last year. But the skate, if you're into ice skating, is super cool. The pocketbook is cool. I mean, it's all very, very photorealistic, and you could place these objects in the room with you as if they're there. You'll see the holographic twin, and that's what makes this technology so potent, is that it gives you the confidence to purchase, and it reduces returns by 40%. I'm not sure if the video is going to work, so I'm just going to skip it. Rapid growth is being fueled by innovation. If you look at 2021, the highlights for the year was our revenues were up 47% over 2020. We clocked in at 25.9 million. And if you look at our digital products and services, 6.6 million, e-commerce 19.24 million. But the most important thing that we're tracking and measuring is our renewable software license revenue. While small at 1.4 million, it was up 316%. That's the 3D model business. That's the annual recurring revenue piece. So we're going into 2022 with 1.4 million in recurring revenue. And that's really our business as we go forward, is that recurring revenue model. So why invest in Nextech? The target market is booming. The metaverse is transforming online shopping. The timing is now. Immersive technology is taking off. Nextech has 4 years of experience in this space, and we anticipated this moment 4 years ago. Scalability, we have the most scalable platform. It's a SaaS-based business that we now are in, vertically integrated technology. As far as our technology goes, it is definitive. We've created over 10,000 3D models, with 70% of those created in Q4 and Q1 alone. So we're scaling. 10,000 models is not like 100 models. We have experience, and we're only getting bigger and stronger every single day. If you look at our leadership, skilled and experienced blue chip leadership team in a fast evolving, high demand market. And that's really the end of our slide presentation, Ben. I'm going to shut off my share and open it up to our fireside chat.
Thank you. Thank you very much for that overview. Let's expand a bit on a few topics. Starting out big picture, Where does Nextech fit into the metaverse?
So Nextech is the 3D model factory for the metaverse. We create human holograms, so we could turn you, Ben, into a human hologram just by taking a video of you. No special equipment. You don't need 300 cameras surrounding you. You don't need a green screen. We could literally just take a video of you. You could do it yourself, in fact, and turn you into a human hologram, as well as 2D to 3D product visualizations for e-commerce. And then all of that ultimately gets synced into our Metaverse studio so that you would log in and be able to access these 3D models and bring them into Metaverse experiences through our studio.
Got it. Great. Let's talk about the markets. What markets does Nextech target, and what markets do you guys focus on?
Well, as mentioned, our primary market is e-commerce. We're essentially creating bleeding edge, next generation e-commerce solutions where right now we have a leadership position. We're creating 3D models for a wide variety of industries. We just came out with a press release today speaking to the fact that we're creating 3D models for the fashion industry, for the adult toy industry, for the e-bike industry, for home goods, furniture. It's a very wide spectrum of products that we create 3D models for, and it really does give us a competitive advantage in the e-com space, and that's really currently our focus.
Got it. Let's talk about the competition a bit. Talk about your competition and sort of what sets you apart from them.
So most of our competitors have actually been acquired. So, there's a massive shift by big technology towards what we're doing. And our competitors have mostly been acquired. There's only a handful that are still left. And the handful that we compete with really don't have the full broad tech stack that we have, meaning they might do one thing, but they don't do everything that we do. So we really are a one-stop shop, an end-to-end solution for your 3D models, whether it's, again, a human hologram or whether it's a product visualizations. We really feel that there is nobody that can compete with us on price, on scale, on quality. And it's giving us this competitive edge where we're winning business on a daily basis. And as mentioned previously, Ben, Kohl's has purchased over 3,000 3D models from us, and they're about to buy a significant amount more. Kmart, Australia, same thing. Lighting Plus. There's over 100 accounts that we currently supply 3D models to. Some of them are big, some are mid-sized, some of them are small, but that number is just a drop in the bucket when you think about the 3.7 million e-com sites on Shopify.
Got it. You talked about the strong revenue growth you've had. Let's talk about the profitability. How do you see that? What's the scale in the model? Help us understand sort of things from a bottom line standpoint.
Sure. So up until Q4 of 2021, we have a diversified portfolio of companies, but so let's go back to 2019. In 2019, we acquired a couple of e-com businesses while we were building our augmented reality and 3D technology. When 2020 happened, those e-com businesses took off. They just exploded because COVID. And so they grew by 500% from about 3 million to about 15 million. But those businesses are essentially our test bed for augmented reality and 3D model technology. We never really looked at them as our primary focus or primary business. So these are not highly profitable businesses. These are businesses that scaled during the pandemic. Now, as we look forward in 2022 and beyond, our 3D model business, our technology business is now starting to scale. As mentioned, we reported 1.4 million in technology recurring revenue. That business has a very high profit margin, about 90% profit once you get, going, right? So that's really where our growth engine is, and that's where our profits lie. We believe that as we scale our 3D model making, that we're going to be very, very profitable and really a cash cow. When we hit that inflection point is difficult to predict. We believe, at least as I'm sitting here today, I think it could happen within the next 24 months. But, we're just getting started. Like, this is literally the first inning. And, 1.4 million is nice, but that's not a big number. It's just a starting point. We think that number could grow to 10 million, 25 million, 50 million very, very quickly, but not in a day. So, it can't, it takes a little bit of time.
Got it. Great. And finally, where do you see Nextech going in the future, medium term, longer term? Help us envision that.
Sure. So in the short term, our goal is to gain market share. That's really the focus, is to get as many e-com sites signed up for our service as possible and to get as many 3D models in market as possible. We essentially generate a monthly recurring revenue. So every 3D model that we make has a $10, $15, $20 monthly recurring revenue attached to it. So if you extrapolate out, if you have 1,000 3D models out there, and you're generating $10 per model, that's $10,000. If you have 1 million 3D models out there and you're getting $10 per model, that's $10 million per month in recurring revenue. And so our goal is just to keep getting as many 3D models into the market as possible so that that recurring revenue starts to snowball over a period of time. And that's really the focus. That's our short-term, intermediate term. Long-term goal is to be the dominant 3D model supplier for the e-commerce and really the metaverse at large. And so we're on our way. We're on the path. We see blue skies ahead. There's really nothing stopping us. We've built the tech. We've delivered over 10,000 models. We're signing up customers on a regular basis. We're seeing our Shopify integration pay dividends already, meaning we're getting about a 25% conversion rate off of Shopify. But this is the very, very early days, Ben, meaning if you look at when we started, it's really Q4 of 2021 and Q1, which we're just ending now, of 2022, is just the beginning. So, we're, let's say, 2 quarters in to a multi-decade, a decade-long mega trend. So if you do the math, what are there, 4 quarters in a year times 10 years? So that's 40 quarters. We're in the second quarter of a 40-quarter game. If you think about that, there's a lot of runway, a lot of hard work, but a lot of profits ahead of us.
Got it. Thank you. Evan, thank you very much for your time today. Really appreciate it. Again, 21 out there who has not already signed up for a one-on-one, please send me an email at shamsian@lythampartners.com, SHAMSIAN@lythampartners.com, or again, visit lythampartners.com/virtual and click the one-on-one meeting request button. Finally, we have another presentation coming up here shortly. Again, visit the website for details, and we hope you all have a good rest of the day. Thank you.